Alright, so today's video is the Barbarian Hammer of the Ancients build. A lot of people have been using this as opposed to the Whirlwind build, which can still be used and is still pretty effective. But with this video, hopefully you'll see this build, depending on your playstyle, could work for you. Definitely does a lot of damage, and we'll get right into the skills so we can see how this works. Your main primary attack is going to be Frenzy. This is going to get everything going. Definitely a Fury builder. Other people have used different runes here, especially Smite, to be able to stun the enemy. This is good for elites, depending on how you're playing. Right now, I'm currently going with the Maniac rune. Each frenzy effect also increases your damage by 2.5%, so you can stack that up and just build that up and be able to do a little bit more damage as you're sitting in those mobs. The main spell, Hammer of the Ancients, and again, some other people are using some different runes. I prefer the Smash rune. This does 640% weapon damage as fire. Going to be pretty big. You'll see some big crits here in a second as we start mowing down some enemies. Battle Rage, everybody's running this. The extra 10% damage plus the crit hit chance by 3% is pretty big. Bloodshed, critical hits cause an explosion of blood, dealing 20% of the damage done to all other enemies. If you have a high crit chance, especially if you're running Battle Rage, this is one that I like, and I'm using some area damage with my Paragon points. So coupling this and everything together is helping do a little bit extra damage as we're kind of plowing through, smashing stuff. You can definitely use some different stuff, especially if you're in big groups. 1% crit hit chance for each enemy within 10 yards. That's definitely another one I like to play around with. And then, of course, Marauder's Rage. The extra damage goes from 10 to 15%. So, depending on your play style, what group you're playing with, or whether you're playing solo and how you're playing, any of those runes I definitely like. Warcry with Charge, the Fury generated to 50 as opposed to the base 20. You're going to need all the Fury you can get because you're going to go around, and your main attack again is Hammer of the Ancients. You're not going to use a whole lot else. Wrath of the Berserker. This is always one that's good for when you're fighting elites, bosses, stuff like that. I prefer Slaughter, especially for going around generally killing the white mobs. Cause an eruption of blood, dealing 300% weapon damage when you crit hit stuff, and that's within 15 yards. And again, using the area damage, having this on and trying to kill stuff, it can be pretty fun. Lots of extra damage going around, exploding everywhere. Insanity is also definitely one that people use with the extra 15%, 50% damage. And depending on your healing, your life on hit, stuff like that. Here's another one, and again, depending on your playstyle, what torment you're on. I like this one on other builds that I'm running, where you gain the extra life per fury spent. And here's one that a lot of people, I've seen a lot of builds that have Whirlwind, stuff like that with Wind Shear to help build the Fury up, and I can understand that, but that's also taken away from your Hammer of the Ancients spell. So this one here, Overpower, it's doing 380% weapon damage to all enemies within 9 yards. Now that's good in itself, and it does not interrupt your attacks. You can continue smashing, you can continue hacking with Frenzy, and this will not interrupt your other skills. And the reason I like that is you group up some enemies, you need some Fury, and run the Momentum rune. Generate 5 Fury for each enemy hit by Overpower. So let's say you get in there, you've got 5, 6, 7, 8 enemies all surrounding you, and there's an extra 30 to 40 Fury right back, and the Hammer of the Ancients is 20 Fury, so you can get 2 hits back just by going in there, running, and popping this. You do damage, you build Fury. To me, it's a win-win situation, so depending on what build you're looking at, I prefer the Overpower spell with the Momentum rune there. As far as passive skills go, Unforgiving, this should be pretty obvious. No longer degenerate Fury. Instead, you generate 2 Fury for every 1 second. So, again, depending on what weapons you're running, your playstyle, I really don't know how you can get around this. Fury generation isn't that great in Reaper of Souls, but they found ways to make up for it. Weapons Master, for the obvious reasons, I'm currently running an axe in my main hand, so the extra 5% crit hit chance is cool there. The Mighty Weapons, depending on what you're running with, the extra Fury per hit. So, depending on your playstyle, definitely look at which weapon is in which hand and which one benefits you the most. Right now, the 5% crit hit is pretty big. Bloodthirst, this is one that I use for healing, especially running around solo. Each point of fury spent heals you for 578 life, plus you get the extra 1% for the health globe healing bonus there. Here's another one that people are kind of looking at. Right now I'm basing this on fury generation. This right here kind of helps when you're moving through, especially when you need that extra fury. Depending on what group you're running with, Rampage is definitely viable. I found that by running around by myself in some of these adventures, aren't really building enough momentum as I'm going forward, so that tends to drop a lot. Every 8 seconds, when you're running around by yourself, isn't always viable. So depending on your playstyle, some people run a Boon of Bull Kathos to run Wrath of the Berserker more often. Some people are even running, instead of the Overpower rune, they're running the Call of the Ancients. So you could have two, big cooldowns there by running this. So it's going to depend on your playstyle. So big boss fights, maybe you'll run Ruthless. Maybe you're looking to get a little less damage taken and also build Fury, so you'll run Superstition. It kind of depend on your playstyle. So feel free to pick which one fits you the best. And that's the Hammer of the Ancients build with a few variations that you can definitely choose from. We'll go here and see if we can get some action real quick. We'll hop out to, we'll go to the core. Actually, we'll go to Keep Depths. There's quite a few mobs here. We'll run in, start smashing stuff. As you can see, there's a lot of area damage, some big crits. So as you can see, we knocked down that guy in just a couple hits, which is kind of nice. We'll go in here. Seem to get Paragon levels every time we do one of these videos, so I think I should do more videos. These range guys, if they'll stay together, would help me a ton. There we go. Not exactly the best way to show off this build when you've got all these mobs moving around the outside, but we'll go from one elite pack to the other. See if these guys will stay put. Get a few more in here. Just going to smash up a bunch of stuff. We're going to run Overpower there. That grabbed us another spell. And that's it. As you can see, these guys, when you crit, especially a couple times, right now my current crit chance is at 55.2 with Battle Rage on. Crit hit damage is at 461, which is pretty nice, especially running both socketed weapons here. Like I said, in my Paragon, I'm running 27% extra area damage. Depending on your life on hit, depending on your other skills, you might want to run some more life on hit. So that's going to be personal preference. We're running here. Let's smash up a couple more mobs. Kill a few more things. So yeah, feel free to check this this build out. I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely, depending on what group you're running with, you can do lots and lots of damage, especially if stuff is grouped up. Always good running with a monk who can pull stuff together. The new Piranha spell, which is great for witch doctors. Anyways, guys, if you like the video, if you like the build, feel free to hit the like button just below. If you got any questions or comments, definitely love to hear any suggestions you guys have on some other variants. Feel free to leave comments below. I would definitely love to hear from you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're going to be doing some more. We're going to get some more gameplay video coming in soon, so feel free to go ahead and subscribe. We'll be doing some more builds as well, and hopefully you guys can see some more action. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy hunting, and see you next time.